Holy shit. It's working. I forgot how this all works. Pow? Yeah, okay, yeah. And then there's a chat box. Pop out the chat. I completely don't remember how any of this works. Hey, how you doing? There's a chat box, and I need to put the chat box. How do I put the chat box in? Shit. Okay. Susan, what's up? I wish. See, the chat should be visible, but I don't know how to do that. How do I make the chat visible? Yeah, cheers from Toronto. I was actually thinking about going to Alberta, Canada, which I've never been to Canada at all, but I was thinking about Banff, Banff, Banff. How do I don't remember how to put the chat over there. But you guys can see the chat. I mean, it should be live or something. Yeah, this is crazy. Just this is also dumb. So a friend of mine has reached like a couple thousand followers on TikTok. So she's like, let's go live. And so she invited me. She's like, let's go live together. But I don't have 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers on TikTok. And it turns out you can't invite somebody. So she tried to invite me like 6 times, 7 times, but it didn't work. It's an odd thing. So she's like, I'm gonna go live on TikTok again. I was like, okay, cool. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go live on YouTube. I haven't been live on YouTube in forever, and turns out I don't remember how this works. I remember I had a layout where you could see the comments on the live stream, but I don't. I for the life of me, I don't remember how that works. Somebody must know. I don't know. I mean, I know what it must be, right? It must be like do an outline on the box and then drag that into this thing. Yeah, yeah. Now, this is going to go terribly. Everyone's going to be like, "This is the most terrible thing ever." Obviously, it is. Obviously, this is the worst thing ever because, well, there's we're not doing anything, and there's also no video to watch, and the chat is not in the box. Yeah, so welcome to the worst live stream you will probably encounter. Maybe ever. Maybe ever. Probably ever. Never ever. Oh, people are already leaving. They're like, this? I tuned in for this? Yeah. Oh, I didn't release any of the videos. I was recording some videos today and basically being like, fuck it. I'm going to go back to some old school shit. I didn't know I was going to go this old school. I thought at least with this I would know how do you put the thing there? Oh, with me, what's exciting? Oh, it's so exciting. I got in a car wreck. I totaled my car. Mom's got cancer. And I bought another car. And, fucking around with videos. And don't like my hair. Don't like how I look. And I'm kind of just like I'm trying to build momentum to just say fuck it. Like, fuck it. Let's just like change everything. Like, why not? Anyways, what's up with you guys? How are you doing? Obviously there must be a live stream chat, and that's how you're like talking. But I feel like there should be a way to put it on here. Oh, my hair looks great. Thank you. Thank you. My nothing hair pulled back looks great. You're very nice. You're very kind. You're very kind, you. Yeah. So anyways, just like, I don't know. All of it's like, everything is fucking with me like to like a decent degree. Like I feel like things are going decently well, but I'm not happy with it. Does that make sense? Like not unsatisfied. I'm not saying like unsatisfied. I'm satisfied, but I'm unhappy. If that makes any sense. You can be satisfied and unhappy, right? Can't you? Oh, look at you, Susan. With all your flattering comments. I think. Hold on, listen to Bollywood songs like. Yeah, no, I think. Also, my. Dude, talk about everything going fucking wrong. I need to go get my eyes checked out. The last time I had an eye exam was like a decade ago, and I think it's time to go back, get the eyes reassessed, maybe get some contacts or something because like I should be able to read that monitor very easily. I can't. So I'm like, uh, let's can we get some contacts? Can we get some contacts? Can we like maybe put some color in the hair? Can we maybe do something different? What's wrong with my eyes? Apparently they don't work. I don't have terrible vision. I think I was blessed with good vision, but now all of a sudden you're like, no, these eyes they don't work. Close up. I'm still like not confident with nearsighted and farsighted. I can see everything like right here, but like road signs far away are blurry. And I wore contacts in the past, no problem. But I need to go back and get a prescription and then go do all that. And so you don't know how this is situated. So I have a massive, massive, thick monitor right here, and I love that. And then I've got this smaller monitor, but it's also pretty big, that I also love right here. But your text is on this tiny ass monitor that I got from Goodwill for like $4. And I can't really read that one so well from here. You know what I'm saying? It's like middle, huge. This one, that's pretty big. That one, not big. It's like pretty small. So I should, it's hard. My hair was blue, Nifa BB, and I might go blue for a second, but my goal is to go red. So the last time I dyed my shit, I went unintentionally. I just like I ordered a bunch of colors online from Amazon, like $10, $15 a pop. So I did like blue, purple, red, green, and I enjoyed the blue. I definitely enjoyed the blue, but I thought the red actually worked out really well. Kind of make the font bigger. Probably. Let me go try. Oh, I already hit your comments. How do I bring them back up? I clicked the wrong window. There you are. Let's try it. Control plus, plus, plus. Oh, yeah, that did work. Thank you. Yes, anyways. Just, being like very frustrated. I don't think I can't. I'm not allowed to react to anything. Do you know what I mean? It's copyright. So like, I did this. That's why you haven't seen me in a long time. Is I think 6 months ago, 10 months ago, I reacted to a video live, and they locked the whole account for a week. So for a week, I was not allowed to respond to comments. I was not allowed to post videos, and it's 3 strikes and you're out. So like the first strike is a week. If I'm remembering correctly, the first strike is a week. The second strike is 30 days, and the third strike is your account is disabled. So, I'm guessing just talking. I don't expect this to be a good stream. This is not. Can I dare be so honest? I did not make the stream because I thought you would enjoy it. I was just like, I haven't done this in a long time, so like, why not? So I guess I'm just talking, and if it makes you feel better, I think if I was reacting to videos, I think it would be probably equally dissatisfying. I'm just trying to like get my brain back wrapped around what's possible and what's not possible. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, yeah. But I also may have picked. Okay, so you guys were probably not here for this. I did it. I got really, really intoxicated. Which that's not a problem. That's fine. It's okay. I wasn't driving. I was just on YouTube. But I just went down a rabbit hole of videos like Madonna and stuff, and there was like, your sorry, my stream cut off. They're like, your stream is disabled, and I was like, well, damn, why is that? And then I went I went to my dashboard, and it was like, your account is disabled. I was like, God damn. So I don't think I'm sad. Well, I might be sad. You might be right. I might be sad. I think I don't know if it's sad or dissatisfied, but I think it's one of those moments where I went like I'm thinking like I think for the last 2 years I did things the wrong way, which is that's fine to like figure it out after 2 years, and hoping that I did figure it out after 2 years. But like you're like, oh shit, I did everything wrong for 2 years. Hmm. Let's try to be better. So I think I'm sad at the I'm sad at not doing a better job. And that being said, I don't even know if what I'm doing is going to be a better job. It's just trying to make some changes. Why am I wearing headphones? There's no reason for me to wear headphones. I'm not listening to anything. There's no reason for me to have headphones on at all, except for every time I sit down, I have headphones on. So when I'm playing video games, it comes through my headphones, and when I'm reacting to videos, it comes through my headphones. And right now, I'm hearing absolutely nothing through my headphones. There's no reason at all for me to be wearing headphones. It's just the way I sit down on my computer. So like to take them off would feel uncomfortable, even though it's literally just silence. There's nothing. There's other than comfort. There's no reason at all to have headphones on. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, turns out I'm wearing them for no reason. Yikes! Yikes! Yeah, it's so dumb. All of it's so dumb. After all this time, I still like. I thought I learned a lot, but I think I really don't understand what's happening. Uh, so many ideas I have are just dog shit, and then some things like work out. It's just. And one thing about these lives, which I haven't done, like I said, I haven't done. What would I change right now if I could? Damn. Okay. Okay. You want to be honest with each other? What would I change right now if I could? I assume you mean in the present about myself and not things in the past. I would lose about 20 pounds because I'm weighing about 170 right now, and I think I look better around 150, 145. I would cut my hair, would dye it red, and I would take half my clothes and throw them away just to like make me wear something different, because a lot of the clothes that I wear that I think are new to me, I see myself in old videos wearing shirts from 3 years ago that I still think of as new. I'm like, it's something I really miss about um, um, when I was in school, college, university, and teaching university, is that things move so quickly. You're really forced to adapt pretty quickly. You know, studying textbooks, whatever. You're forced on a day by day, week by week basis to really change what you're doing so you can succeed in that environment in the university. And since COVID, I've been sitting here making videos roughly the same way with the same in the same room with the same camera. And to me, things that are 3 years old. Oh, that's my TikTok buddy. I'll call her back. Things that seem new to me are not new. They're 3 years old. And I think that's just part of like being away from a collective environment. So like that's one of the things I love about academia and I love about sports is that when you're around a lot of people every week, you get influenced by them and what they're going through. So yeah, to reviewing food, make what? Oh, Choo Choo's right here. Choo Choo's. Troy got a award. No, Choo Choo. Choo Choo's right here. Choo Choo's asleep. Choo Choo. Sorry, homie. I'm gonna pick you up. Choo Choo's right here. She's old now. She's old, and she basically just sits. Choo Choo, I'm gonna pick you up. You ready? She old. She don't like it. Come on, Choo Choo. I know. Let go. Hold on. Let go. I gave her. She's got a blanket. Let go. Oh, Choo Choo. She's so mad. So Choo Choo's still here. Okay, Choo Choo, you can go sit down. They asked for you. So, go back. No, I didn't wake you up for you to beg for shit from me. They just wanted to see your cute face. You are adorable. You're adorable. But please, no. Just lay it back down. Yeah. But anyways, all the shit's up in the air. Everything's like nuts. Hanifa, can't find a job for 3 years. Yeah, well, I hope you find one if that's what you want. It's just so odd. Well, I assume if you're sitting in a house for 3 years, obviously you're doing well enough to sit in a house for 3 years. And maybe we're going through the same thing where it's like I'm in a house doing the same thing for 3 years. I'm not starving. I'm not rich. I'm not famous, but I'm also not starving. And I'm just like, now I'm starting to think, well, am I going to do this for another 3 years, another 4 years, another 5 years? Like what is it actually? The first year is exciting, right? Second year, third year, exciting. But now I'm like, what am I even doing? Like, what is this even? Like, am I actually, it's existential crisis where I'm like, am I making you happy? Am I making me happy? And I think I just had like a come to Jesus moment yesterday, today, where I was like, I think I'm not making me as happy as I want to be, and I don't think I'm making you as happy as you deserve to be. And I'm not really sure what the solution is to that, but no. Well, thank you, Susan, for like a 5-year plan, but I'm thinking like I need to just like flip everything on its head. Flip it on its head, like fuck it, who cares? Flip that shit. Because when I first started off, my videos did well, and a lot of people didn't like me. And then over time, more people liked me, but they didn't like the videos. And that's a hard thing to figure out. Like, wait a minute, more people like you, but the videos aren't doing well. I was like, I think I became exactly what I didn't like. I thought a lot of the reactors were very generic, not being very specific in their explanations, not really revealing a lot of themselves. And in the beginning, I did all that. And I think in the last 2 years, I think I became really too vanilla and too much like everybody else. And so even though I might alienate some viewers, I think I need to go back to just like, being me, which I thought I was being me the whole time. But I think gradually, because it's like when you're driving the wrong direction, just by a little bit, or you're on a boat and you drive you're off by like 2 degrees. After 2 years, you're significantly off your compass. So I think I unintentionally started to become like the people that I don't enjoy. And if my videos are going to do poorly, I would rather do poorly doing what I believe in than doing poorly being like everybody else. Which is crazy because I did not think I was going to be like everybody else. But I think gradually over time, I think I just listened too much to the criticism and the comments, and I just started to become like the channels that I don't really enjoy. Yeah. Oh, what career would I? Well, I don't even know what to think. What career would I do now? I don't know. So like, my life's been really odd. Um, so before I started this channel, I was a brace for it. I was a professional guitar player, which means I made my income playing guitar and teaching guitar. Not famous or anything, but I was pretty fucking good. I got a master's degree in performance. But then I stopped that to do this. And what I actually thought when I started doing this, I thought this would be a gateway for me to play music for people. And then people just enjoyed the reactions so much more than me talking about guitar or playing guitar. I was like, well, I'll just give more of that. But I think now I've gone too far away from it. Like even if you don't want to see me play guitar, I think I should introduce more of that into the content. And even if it's not for you, I just think it's better for me to put more of that in there. If you just be a music teacher, yeah, but I got burned out being a music teacher. So I taught guitar at the University of Georgia for um, thanks, Susan. She loves it when I play guitar. Um, so the issue with me teaching guitar is after about 4 or 5 years, you realize like you're teaching the same thing all the time. Like unless you're dealing with the top of the top of the top, which I was not. I was dealing with undergraduate students, maybe seniors, and so it's like when someone's teaching English or math or geometry or algebra, you're you find yourself every year teaching the fundamentals to the people that are coming in, and then maybe you have some room to go above and beyond that. But what I found was the better I got at teaching, the more formulaic it became, where I'm constantly teaching these 30 ideas, these things. And it was very interesting for me to figure out um, a good way of teaching that in a way that when my students were very successful. But once I got good at that, I just started teaching the same thing the same way every year. And I was like, well, now my students are doing well, but I'm not being enriched because I'm teaching them basically the same plan. It's the same plan every year. Once I got a good plan that worked. So, yeah. Oh, well, I haven't performed since COVID. So before COVID, I performed pretty frequently because I knew a lot of people in town who had bands. And because they trusted me and I trusted them, and we were all buddies, I could go to one of their shows and they would just bring me up from the crowd. And I might play on stage for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe if it was like a special night, 30 minutes. And we just crush. And we just complete improvisation. Because like I knew them, they knew me. They were like, hey man, Ellis, come up. In fact, one of my favorite memories is right before COVID. I came into the audience and I had a guitar and I set it by the wall because it was going to be an open jam. Like 2 hours later, it was going to be an open jam. Currently, it's a concert. The band on stage is playing a concert. They're going to play for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then they're going to open it up to outsiders. And one of the dudes, I don't want to say anyone's name because I don't want to call out who was who or anything like that. But one of the guys, in between songs, right? You got to plug your band, follow us on Spotify, whatever. And so he's saying that on stage. Hey, we're so and so. You can catch us here. our next shows are gonna be here and here and here, and blah 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 blah. And right in the middle of him talking, he just goes. He puts his hand up, right? Because like the lights are shining in your face when you're on stage. He's like, Ellis? And I was like, I didn't say that. I was just like, yeah. And he looks front. He goes, man, get your ass on stage. What are you doing out there? Get your ass on stage. And the guy in front of me, just some random stranger, turns around and looks at me and he goes, I think that means you have to go up there and play. And so, yeah, took the guitar, went up there and just had a great time. But when COVID happened, it shut down the whole performing industry here in Athens. And so 25, 30 of my favorite people to play with and work with, they all left. They all moved to different places, the Pacific Northwest, Washington. Some people went to Colorado. Some people went to California. They all left. And those were all the people I would just be able to walk up on stage with. So overnight, there was like a bunch of people. I could just walk into a bar, just walk into a club. No practice, just walk up and play in front of a live audience. And then overnight, it was all gone. And so since then, no. Since then, since COVID, I have not played live at all. Yeah. What's up, you fave boy? Yeah. Susan getting dirty. Repetition gets boring like sex. Yeah, but also... You want to get dirty, Susan? Let's get dirty for a second. Repetition gets boring like sex. It goes both ways. Right? It goes both ways. Variety could be a spice. You're switching things up. And it's nice because it's different. But if you've been doing the same thing, it's really easy to tell when doing the same thing is better than normal. If that makes sense. If you do the same boring thing the same way 10 times in a row, then it really sticks out when one of those boring situations is more exciting than the rest. And variety is cool because it's different. But then you might find out that like, oh, it's different because it's variety, but it's not actually more pleasurable. So it's, are we switching it up to switch it up and do a better job, or are we just switching it up to switch it up? And so you can make a very basic dish of food, and if you can get a little bit different spice in there, it's easy to tell that it's a better dish. So I don't know. Hanifa, that's a long thing. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. Yeah, you should always switch it up. Do I consider going back to performing? Well, initially I didn't, but I think I have to. And this is just all. Remember, you gotta remember, like everything's a sequence of events. So I was not really thinking about performing because I don't know if you guys like know how the music industry is and playing goes. Very typically, if you're playing for a moderate audience or a 50 people, 100 people, there's not really any money there. You're basically playing for free. It's just the joy of being on stage. And so I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I wasn't really drawn to it. And I feel now that I need to go and perform the same way someone goes to a gym. Like, I don't go to the gym because the gym makes me happy. I go to the gym because it makes me a better person overall. So I'm like, I think I need to go back to performing live, not because it's financially rewarding or egotistically rewarding. I think when I'm talking to you, I think it makes me a more interesting person if I go and do that. Which is a hard pill to swallow. It's like, I think I need to go play for free for small amounts of people, and I think it's just good for me psychologically to do it, and I think it gives me more interesting things to talk about when I'm talking to you. Hanifa, I appreciate you shortening your sentences, but I'm still not sure what you're saying. Yeah. Hold on. Clash. Who the fuck is Clash? He says, "Hey man, thanks for the info you put in your reactions, especially the beginner mistakes." What video you're talking about? You must be talking about like a super old video. Yeah, I do love teaching and I love guitar, but it's just not something. Yeah, yeah. No, sorry. Now everything's like bumping around everywhere. Yeah, I wrote a lot of music. Didn't really release much of it. I think on Spotify, all I have is like trap music, which is mostly samples and shit, just like um, restructuring samples. It's not really that fancy. Just making things that I think sound cool, but it's not really compositionally. Uh, I'm not creating it. I'm more like a director. If you go on Spotify and you listen to like Waves and Wabi Sabi and things like that, they're like 2 or 3 years old back. That's really like I'm not writing. Think of it like a movie. I'm not. I'm not writing the script. I'm not controlling the plot, but I am kind of picking the actors, and I'm controlling what they are saying in front of the camera. And so I think to a lot of people that's like, well, like you didn't make all this music. It's like no, no. It's like if I was directing Brad Pitt, I'm not creating Brad Pitt. I'm not creating his charisma, but I am controlling how does he say something in front of the camera. When does the camera angle change? Which is, I think, a different aspect of production, which people are like, people can hate on it or not. It's not. No, I didn't. Those types of sample music, I don't write all that music. But I feel like a liberty. I feel free because I didn't write the music. I can do more with what the music is already created can do, and kind of build a bigger picture that's more fulfilling. So obviously, right, I write original music on guitar and classical guitar, whatever, and I can play that for you, right? But it's me on a guitar. That's the sound. It's me and a guitar, and I kind of enjoy a bigger sound. But but if I got drums, I'm not playing the drums. If I got keyboards, I'm not playing the keyboards. And I'm comfortable not playing those parts just so I can have access to those parts. To me, those musical instruments are actors, and I get to make a bigger final product. If that makes any sense. Well, I don't have my classical in here. I've got this stupid acoustic. Do I have a? But see, also here's the thing. So here's what I'm gonna play for you. I'm gonna play for you a Korean song, and you're not gonna know this fucking song. And what I find is people really like what they already like. They like what they're already familiar with. So I'm gonna play something you don't know. But then why would you like it? Because you don't even know it. Where's a pick? Cat, can you give me a pick? Cat? You don't even have a pick. I guess I could play without a pick. I would like to play with one if that's okay. Yeah, so there's a song by Jungkook from BTS called Seven. And it's shuffling tune. It's 4 chords, but it's pretty jazzy. I enjoy it. So it's a major 7 to a dominant 7. Hold on, gotta call my buddy back. So we go E major 7 to E flat, dominant 7 to A flat, minor to what? F sharp minor to, I think that's a B7. You can do variations on it, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's Jungkook. I was trying to like think of ways to improvise, and I got lost in my head. Anyways, it's just fun. And I fucked up the last one. I should have gone for the G sharp. Boom. Do-do. Do-do-do. Anyways. Fuck around with it. Fuck around and find out, you know? What's that say? Hold on. Somebody just asked a guitar question. Over there. Hey Ellis, I hired a coach for acoustic guitar. He says it usually takes 6 months to be able to play a complete Bollywood song, which is 4 to 5 minutes long. Well, there's a lot in your statement I can't address. I've never played a Bollywood song. 6 months seems a very arbitrary amount of time. In order to say somebody can or cannot play something, you really have to look at what they're doing day by day. And typically, because you're probably going to meet with your coach or teacher week by week, so you would evaluate their progress week by week. But I think that's what people say to people. I don't do that. I don't think it's fair to tell someone it's 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, because it's really tracking the progress. And now this is kind of more going into psychology, which is, why would you say that to somebody? So I think a lot of times people will give people smaller time frames because it keeps coming back. So if I was working with you and I said, man, you're 2 years away, then you'd be like, fuck this, I'm out, I'm leaving, I quit. So when you tell someone 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you make the time horizon so short that even if they're not doing a good job, they'll keep coming back. My job has never been to keep students coming back just to give me a source of income, because it's boring. I'd rather just do something else than have the same student coming back doing poorly. I'd rather get rid of them or refer them to a teacher who could do a better job with them. So when people say like, you're 30 days away, I'm like, why 30? Why is it 30 and not 22 or 47? I don't really trust people when they say terms like that. It doesn't really make any sense. Like when people tell me round numbers on something, I immediately think you're reading from a script, or well, you're just not dealing with me. So like, right? If I ask my doctor, how long in time safe from my cold? 2 weeks. Like, how the fuck do you know it's 14 days and not 11 or 17? I don't trust those round numbers, but they are very successful in selling people on to keep doing something. So if I don't know if you're 6 months away or 1 year away. I would really have to see what you're doing, and more importantly, if you're trying to do something else. So I can evaluate your skill and how you're performing over time. That's a very separate issue than what you're trying to do. So maybe you want to play a blues song, or you want to play a metal song, or you want to play, in this case, Bollywood. So I would need to look at what you're doing, and then look at not Bollywood. What Bollywood songs are you trying to play? And then look at where you are currently versus what's required for the Bollywood song you're wanting to learn. And then we can put together a timetable that makes a lot of sense. There's no shortcuts. You can do things fast. For sure you can do things fast, but I mean, how fast can you go from kindergarten to 12th grade? Or I don't know how you guys say it, wherever country you're in. But like, how fast can you go from high school to college? Well, you can shorten it. You can do AP classes, but there is a certain amount of time that's going to be required in high school as a freshman, a sophomore, junior, before you transition to the college level. You can definitely do it quicker, but there are certain numbers that just don't make any sense, right? If someone goes, it's going to be 10 years for me to get from freshman in high school to college, well, that doesn't make any sense. And if someone goes, it'll be 6 weeks, well, that doesn't make any sense either. Those are both extreme outliers of what's possible. So, but here's the thing, is that when you're talking to the student, specifically someone who's not already good at what they're doing. So obviously, sorry, I'm trying to like explain my thinking. When you're dealing with someone on a graduate level, someone who's like a master's student or someone who's working a PhD, they have a much higher skill level already. They're already very aware of the variables. But when we're talking to young students and people who are getting started at something, they don't really know what's going on, and they rely on the teachers to give them a roadmap. And so a lot of people will lie to the young students because the young students don't know any better. They don't have any way of checking your data. But you can't bullshit a PhD student the same way you would bullshit an incoming freshman or student. And I'm trying to think of what I would say to a young student, because I haven't taught for 3 years. What would I say to them? I would probably say, I'm going to put some things in front of you, and they're going to be marginally more difficult week to week. And I'm putting them in front of you because I believe you can do it. I wouldn't put the work in front of you if you couldn't do it. And I'm going to evaluate your progress based on what I put in front of you. And as we go through these exercises, as we go through increasing your awareness of the instrument, increasing your ability, we'll be able to make a very logically reasonable assessment of how long it would take for you to play something for your parents or your friends who are on stage. And if you don't like that timetable, well, once we have data on how you're performing, we can just change it. So like if I say, hey man, I think in my opinion, you are 7 weeks away. Well, then you could work. If the work you're doing each day is 30 minutes, 45 minutes, we can change the amount of work you're doing to make your success closer. But the work's always got to be done. So it's always a measure of how much work do we want to do How are we judging that work? And when is our deliverable? When do we have to be able to do what we're doing? Right. So obviously, in an academic context, when you're studying by semester, it doesn't matter about guitar. It could be biology, calculus, or whatever. You have a timetable. You got 16 weeks. The week starts on week 1. There's a syllabus. You get used to the class, and then you've got 16 weeks, and there's going to be a final exam. So you have your complete time horizon. You have 16 weeks to get sufficiently good enough at this topic to pass the exam. But once you understand what's on the exam and how much time you have, you can condense that. You can be like, oh, I'll pull this off in 3 weeks. Like cramming. We're going to cram. So like you could adjust your workload versus your expectation versus the time to actually deliver with what it is you're doing. Yeah, maybe I should offer some online lessons. Yeah. I am honest, but like I don't it's weird for that to be like I mean, I understand it's unusual, but like I just don't I just don't like people that aren't honest. I don't it's just it's just weird. They just give me a weird vibe. So, I'm okay with you not liking me, but if I'm honest with you and you don't like me, well then cool. Like you don't like me because we just don't vibe. But if I bullshit you and you like me, then I'm like acting. I don't. I don't really have a. Yeah, I don't have any room in my psyche for that. Susan Suarez. Is it Suarez or Suarez? Probably Suarez. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna dip out. Get out of here, man. Yeah. What are most viewed video on YouTube? What do you mean, mine or somebody else's? Mine are all over the place. They're acoustic versus electric. Well, shame on you for only naming 2. Classical nylon string, acoustic, electric is 3, not 2. Oh, let's deal with the guitar thing. Acoustic guitar versus electric guitar. I would always recommend a nylon string guitar first. Nylon string and then acoustic and then electric. I don't have my nylon out. I think a nylon string acoustic is the most forgiving instrument. I think you have the highest chance of actually sounding good as a beginner. And it's my belief that when you're teaching someone, you want them to have positive feedback, not from the teacher. You want positive feedback in their own behavior. So if I put an instrument, and these are cheap, nylon strings are cheap, $75, $100. They're very inexpensive instruments. But if I put an instrument in your hand that's very forgiving, then if you go home and you play that instrument and you like how you sound, that's doing a lot of the work for me. Because once you like how you sound, you will come back for more information, and I'll just try to upgrade you on that, and you'll already feel better about that. I think a lot of way teachers go are they kind of tell you you're gonna sound like shit for a while, and eventually you won't. But I don't think humans really respond positively to that. You know, if I say, "Hey man, go to the gym for 3 months, you'll feel better in 18 weeks." Sorry, what's 12 weeks? Most people are going to quit before 12 weeks. So I want to put you in a position to where you actually like what you're doing. And once you like what you're doing, then you'll come back and talk to me. I don't think people want to struggle for 10 weeks or 12 weeks. Maybe back in the 70s or 80s or something. But nowadays, there's too many distractions. There's too many ways to get. You can go watch YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, whatever you're into. You can go do that. So I can't tell you, hey man, give me 30 days. Like, I don't have 30 days. And the way I think about it is I have 30 minutes. I have 30 minutes, and I need to make sure you can do something in 30 minutes you couldn't do 30 minutes ago. And then you go home with your guitar, and hopefully you like what you hear in yourself after 30 minutes. And I'm 100% positive that if you do like what you hear in yourself in 1 week, you will always come back, because we don't get enough sense of self-accomplishment. Like, we don't actually feel like we've done anything that's worthwhile. So I'm gonna give you some. You go do it. If you feel good in 5 or 6 days, you're gonna come back because you feel different, you sound different, and then you'll come back. I don't need to sell you on 12 weeks. I sell you on 1 day. I sell you on 1 day. Like, I'm gonna do something with you 1 day, and if I don't do a good job in 1 day, I'm not mad. Go try somebody else. But I'm gonna try to. Right? If you go to, could you imagine going to a restaurant and they say, hey, come back once a week for 12 weeks. I promise one of the dinners will be good. It's like you go out to dinner, you're like, I'm here for an hour. Give me a dinner. Right? It's not that crazy. I just think of music the same way as like going out for dinner. Is that like, why would I tell you, hey, wait 12 weeks and you'll be better? It's like, can't I give you something? Can I give you crackers? Can I give you cheese? Can I give you something that you didn't have when you walked in that you can actually feel the difference of? And then you will want to come back. Here's your appetizer on week 1. Blah, 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 blah. And then, move forward. That makes... Oh, no, I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm just changing it up. Yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for putting up with me expressing my ideas. I gotta fix my shit. Thank you. YIUQWFJ. No, they're still gonna be the same. I think I'm just gonna make them in a way you don't like. Sorry, I don't have a different way to say it. In the beginning, I used to talk for 4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes about what was going on in my day and just life, and then I would do the reactions. And in the last couple of years, I stopped that. So I think I'm gonna go back to that. Yeah, so Clash, I have no idea. Clash is asking about guitar. I have no idea what you're talking about. Is as far as what you're playing, but I would say like very tiny, measurable results. Tiny. So I don't know what you're playing. So I'll give you a couple of silly examples. I'm not probably going to give them in a way for you to copy them, but in a way. So let's say you didn't know the C chord. Okay, let's go super simple. You didn't know where the C note was on the 5th string. There it is. Well, then play it. Play it again. What note is it? It's a C. Okay, now maybe you want to play the C chord. So you're like, wiggle them fingers. Where's the C chord? It's the C chord. Okay, so I don't know how good you are or what you play. We can take the same idea though and ramp it up. So maybe instead of C major, we're playing C major 7. Wiggle it around, C major 7. Or a C9 chord. Wiggle it around. And we're gradually expanding our vocabulary chords. So how about a C9 sharp 11 chord? Wait, is it sharp 11? Hold on. F sharp on C. Yeah, it's sharp 11. So you think about the chord, play the chord. Notice I'm not switching. I'm not going to any other chords. I'm not going to any other chords in the song. I'm taking the one chord that I don't know and I'm playing it. Right? And then we can do that with any chord you want. So what's a good dominant on C. G, a G7 chord. I'm not even resolving it to C. Just playing it. 3, skip a string, 3, 4. And then resolve it to C. Put them together. 2. But we can get fancy. We can do G augmented. But the idea is to like not be focused on playing the music. It's being focused on your hand knowing where to play the notes. And then you can speed up. We can play fast. But what does that do? It doesn't do anything. That's after you already know it. So we start off slow. And then where's my C chord at? Where's my G at? To my C. My G7. To my C. My G augmented. To my C. Right? And then you can take this as far as you want to go. I'm going to play D half diminished. Well, how would you learn that? Well, if you already know the G, and you already know the C, well, then the thing you don't know is the D half diminished. So now you just go, where's that? Oh, it's 5, 6, 5, 6. Where is it? 5, 6, 5, 6. Where is it? 5, 6, 5, 6. Oh, my cat's doing this. Someone's called me on the phone. I just got a text message. Where's that chord at? 5, 6, 5, 6. To my G7. Augmented. Very slow, very deliberate. Your chords should be like utensils in your kitchen. You know what a fork is, you know what a spoon is, you know what a pan is, a pot is, you know what water is, you know what butter is. When you were 3 years old, you didn't know butter and forks and spoons and knives and all that shit. You didn't know it. But now you know exactly what you know them all because you've been around it. So like learning all your chords and all your notes is getting familiar in a kitchen that you're not familiar with. So you got to get used to, this is the fork, this is the spoon, this is the knife, that's the butter, that's the salt, that's the pepper, that's the chilies. And you wouldn't rush through a kitchen trying to just memorize every ingredient. You would work with the ingredients to where they became familiar to you. So to me, that's how you treat music. You go very, very slow because you want to make a dish with it. So my salt and pepper is my half diminished chord. My chilies is the augmented chord. And then the actual chicken on the plate is the C. But I can't rush. Gotta get used to it. Oh, it's the pepper. Well, which pepper is it? Am I grounding it? Is it peppercorn? Is it black pepper? Is it whatever? And just getting used to it. You gotta just get, You were when you guys were babies, you didn't know to rush. You didn't rush learning a language. I don't care what language you speak fluently. I don't care if it's fucking Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish. You didn't rush it. You were a baby. You didn't know any better. You just learned it because you grew up in it. But once we're adults and we can speak, we want to rush. It's like, man, you're fluent in your language for a reason. You're fluent because you were inside of it. It was all around you, and you had time to learn it. So to me, music is very much like learning a language. Don't rush it. Just be surrounded by it and learn to feel it, taste it, recognize it, and eventually it will be. Dude, I can't forget what an egg is, right? You could wake me up in the middle of the night, blindfold me, put me in a van, and beat the shit out of me. I still know what an egg is. And so I think you should learn music the same way you learn food. Like, learn it to such a degree that you can't forget it. I can't forget what an egg is. I can't forget what salt is. I can't forget what spice is. So I would say do it deliberately enough that it becomes a part of what you do. I can't forget a major chord any more than you could forget what a fucking egg is. I love y'all. Be good. Be good. Inversions are overrated. You walk up, whatever your how you say your name. Inversions are very, very overrated. I love you guys. Be good.